Oh, wow. Yeah, I was late today, guys. Had to reschedule. Reschedule to 7. Sometimes that's going to happen. Oh, what's up, James? What's up, Alina? Today's a rest day. We're gonna make some food. Yeah, I guess I haven't been eating a lot, but I've been drinking a lot of chocolate milk. What's up, Loud Thunder? I'm actually able to view the chat on my computer now too. It's cool. Oh. Lots of chocolate milk too, yeah. Yeah. I had to take my stepdaughter back to her dad's today, and that's an hour away, so I drove there and I stopped at a Casey's because Casey's has non-ethanol gas, and that's my preferred gas. It's a little more expensive, but I like it better, just for peace of mind. And I got a quarter gallon of chocolate milk, and it's gone now. You still got me on the list. Yes. Yes, you're definitely on the list. I remember when you got donuts. Did I get donuts? I haven't ate donuts in a long time. Oh, I think I got it for my family. They get coffee too. Facts. Yeah, James. Got lots of protein. Goes down easy. Oh, yeah. Chocolate milk's really good for... You don't want to do too much chocolate milk, but milk's definitely good for that. I just overdo it sometimes. I drink too much too fast. You guys are a little far away. I'm going to bring you closer. This is the most relaxed I've seen you. Yeah. I didn't even get prepared for today. When it was 6 o'clock, I was like, yeah, I'm going to schedule it for 7. I took a nap today. I slept on the couch. I slept for, I don't even know. I took a 4-hour nap today. We're a reactor, dude. For your wife. Oh, yeah, I remember that. Sig fireplace on the outward. Yeah. Yeah, we do. I've had some streams where I had the fire going, but it's too hot nowadays. Cat photo is crazy. She's posing. Oh, yeah, it's beautiful. There's a cowboy cat over on that side. Bald eagles keep sitting on my lap. Come and steal pieces of the moon with me. My dad's a sleep expert. Grab a praying mantis and throw mud. Naps are always peaceful. That's what I was observing. Me too. Are you going to exercise? Yes. But I'm going to cook and eat first. But I am still going to do cardio today, guys. We're going to still hit the bag today and such. You know what I'm saying? I forgot I was going to bring you closer. I'm going to bring you closer. My back is not feeling great today, I tell you what. How's this? How's that? Looks like you have nice biceps. Thank you. Yes, I do work out a lot. This is a very, very rare occurrence. Like her getting her portrait done, yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot. Today's freaking story day. I forgot that was what today is. Okay, yeah. I need to talk about. Okay, we do need to get into the story. I forgot. That is today. Thank you for reminding me. Who was that? Oh yeah, Mr. E. Okay, thank you. Tweaks my neck, man. I can't move. Lying on the flat floor, listen to you typing. You look different with a shirt on. Oh, you have Victorian era cat on the wall. Stretch your spine. You're talking about with the inversion table? Okay, so where did I leave off last time? I'm pretty sure I left off when I was 14 years old, and I had ran away from Dad's house, and I started staying with my mom, and she didn't exactly have a place to live yet. Oh, you don't look like Malcolm in the Middle with the hat on. It's distressing. What do you... I have the hat on every stream. I get a stiff neck too. What I get for sleeping in. Yeah. I don't know how long I slept in. I didn't sleep in too long. I woke up early, but then I went back to sleep at like 9:30. Oh, let me pin that. Can I pin that from my computer? Oh yeah, cool. Cool. This is cool. I like being able to see the chat on my computer. I think I need to bring you guys this way more. How's that? There, that's more personal. Just to show hairline improvement. Yeah. I forgot to use that today. I should use that. I'm going to put that on. That's a good idea. Thank you for reminding me, Mr. E. I'll BRB. Let me go grab my minoxidil. I think I have very little bit left. It's right, yeah, here. I think there's like one little dosage left, but this is it. Hims, minoxidil topical solution, hair regrowth for men. And it does work. I'll show you how I use it. That's the gamer view. What's up, DDoS? I'm showing people how I try to get my hairline back. Okay, so I got a dropper full. Then you just rub it in. That's all you do. I read if you massage your scalp, it promotes hair growth. I read that too, just a little bit ago today. Now on this side, when I do have hair, I have a really crazy cowlick that sticks up, and my hairline was always kind of back on that side anyways. It's just the way it grows in. This is minoxidil. So one time when I was on the stream working out, and you know how people always accuse me of doing steroids, they always do they say hairline check, and they say that since my hairline is going away, I do steroids. Well, my hairline's been going away since before I was getting fit. It was when I was fat. It's been going away for over a decade. But somebody came in the stream while I was talking about that, and they said, use minoxidil. It actually works, and it made my hairline come back. And I said, you know what? I'll go ahead and try it. Hold on. I think my wife's here. I need to wash my hands. But I forgot! I'm used to it just following me around. Talking to the chat. They know what I'm talking about. I don't want to put my hat on. I got that stuff on my head. I want it to dry up. Let me get my magnet. Hold on, I'll tell you what I was saying. I'm special sometimes, guys. Don't worry about me, okay? Don't worry about it. All right, what did you hear last? I need to wash my hand because it got stuff on it. Oh yeah, earbud. That is true. Still recording inside the room or something. Yeah, it was on my hat. Yeah, I know, earbud. The mic isn't working. Just let it grow long. Oh, I can't let it grow long. I do not like, yeah, I'm very, very picky. I don't want my hairline to go away, but I do not want long hair. I hate messing with my hair. Gronk don't play with magnets. Yeah, I mentioned to wash your hands so you don't turn into cousin it. Yeah, I know. Oh, you got me a Monster?
I did.
Yeah, thank you.
You said you had a headache, so I was trying to help you.
Yeah, I drink a pre-workout. I did have a headache. I think I had a caffeine headache because I haven't had any caffeine today. Quit, dogs. I don't want you to get minoxidil on you. It's bad for you. Go away. Minoxidil's not good for dogs, guys, so make sure they don't lick your hands or anything like that. Or your head whenever it's on you. Hold on, I need to get some hand soap on me. You can't see me, but I'm using this sink over here for the hand soap part. And then I'll come over there. And I got a little, this is supposed to be like a little bar. This is supposed to be for making alcoholic beverages, but obviously we don't do that in this house. I just have a mini fridge that is turned off, and I got all my supplements here, and there's all my old protein jugs. I'm gonna do something with them someday. Probably just throw them away. But I'm gonna be cooking steak and baked potato. Is a dermatologist the only way you can get that? No, that's not Walmart, Britter. It's at Walmart. That's where I got it. That's a whole lot of supplements, yes. Yes. What's up, Nate? Josh, James, so wash your hands. I done did. That's what I was doing. Okay, where were we? I wanted to talk about the Perthes disease, though. I don't know if everybody knows about the Perthes disease. Have you ever heard of Perthes disease? It's spelled Perthes. And it cuts off circulation to your hip joint. Perth, Australia. I've actually not heard of that. So there's another name, like it's actually got a longer name. But if you look up Perthes disease, it'll tell you what it is. But yeah, it's Perthes. And what happens is you got your hip bone, right? There's like, what's that big bone? Femur? I don't know. The big hip bone right here comes up. You got a ball joint at the top, right? How much different would it be without the supplements, do you think? That's hard to say. Okay, I'm going to sidetrack right quick because David asked a good question. The deal is, David, when it comes to supplements, I believe they work. and the placebo effect is real. So, with that logic, good to go. Does that make sense? They might not work. They might not do a damn thing, but I believe they work. And the placebo effect is definitely like a thing. You know what I'm saying? How tall are you, my G? I am 5'8". But okay, so back to the Perthes disease. I would, when I was like 6 years old, I would limp, and people thought I was strutting. Yeah, I take creatine every day pretty much. I didn't take any today though. I'll probably take one with my last protein shake of the night. But I was strutting or limping, right? And my dad did not know why I kept on limping. And he asked me if my leg was hurting, and I would always tell him no, because it didn't hurt. And he took me to my pediatrician. They do work, I believe. I've been working out off supplements. I think either they do work or you just got to believe they work. But, and also when it comes to taking supplements, the consistency factor, okay? Every aspect in life will benefit from consistency. Consistency is the fundamental thing that I preach. Let's talk about the hip though. The hip. Pediatrician said that it was a pulled muscle. My dad didn't believe him because it kept on, it was like for months. And so he took me to a second doctor, and the doctor was like, oh crap, something real bad's here. And you can't be consistently inconsistent. That's a paradox. Because if you're consistently inconsistent, I'm not going to look at chat for a while. Okay. God dang it, what was I saying? You hurt my head there. The other doctor said something definitely is wrong. So then they he took me to a specialist, and the specialist said, oh crap, he got Perthes disease. And Perthes disease, it takes the blood, it cuts off the blood circulation to your hip joint. And so my ball joint turned into a flat oval disc shape, and then my socket part like flattened out like this, I guess. And so basically it was slipping out. Stay true, welcome to the chat. You got me there, yeah. That hurt my brain, bro. Yeah, exactly. How do you have a ball joint? The balls don't have bones. What's up, Alito? Rest day, my man. Yeah, it's a rest day. Oh, come on, dude. Just hit the weights. We're not hitting the weights today. I'm going to make steak and baked potatoes. Gosh, what was I saying? Hold on. Let's actually go in the kitchen. So basically, I mean, all that it was, I had to have freaking surgery. And I was in casts for a long time, and the casts were awful. I'll explain what the casts were like. But they had to make an incision, and the incision was like under my boys. So when they made the incision, they made an incision right here, and it didn't work the first time. I don't exactly know what they did, but I had to have casts, and the casts spread my legs out like this, and the casts went all the way down, all the way up to my hips. They were connected right here. And then, no. They were not connected right here. The casts they left my, area exposed. But the casts went all the way down here, and they were connected by a bar right there that kept my legs spread out. And it kept that hip joint stuck into place. That makes sense?
So when I had to walk around, I walked around like this, or no, I crawled around like this. My feet were stuck straight, my legs were stuck straight and spread out like that. And I would get on my fingertips and then I'd wobble like that. That's how I got around. And I had to have special boxers that my grandma sewed or cut and sewed. She sewed Velcro strips, and basically my boxers would go on like diapers. No, it don't make sense. Yeah, it does make sense though. You're tripping. You're just tripping. Don't worry. Hold on. Here's our stuff. I'm gonna dry the pan off. I'm not using cast iron today because I don't want to clean it afterwards. So I'm gonna use this pan. Dealio. What's here? Chives, rosemary, bacon bits, tater. How did you do number 2? No, I was able to. It left all that. I had casts right here. The cast ended right here. And so I was able to sit on the toilet with my legs straight out and let one off. It wasn't a big deal. Actually, it was a big deal. It sucked. It sucked. Everything about it sucked. She's gonna have to have small taters. Must have been impossible with that stance. No, I just had to, you know, work it out. Series of relaxation and medium pushes. At least it's not like that video upside down shooting into the bowl. What the fuck? What? Life finds a way. Yeah, that's a Jurassic Park quote. I like that.
Sorry, I didn't get that.
I wasn't talking to you. I wasn't talking to you. AI is freaking listening all the damn time. All right, we're gonna get into the outfit. Thought that was the missus for a second. No. Oh, wow. I think I would have been punched in the face a few times live on stream. That wouldn't have been cool. That would have been bad. I wouldn't have done that. I'm not brave enough to do that. I'm sorry. I'm trying to tie a knot behind my back. How did I do? See, I'm cooking. I'm a cook. I'm a chef. That's why I never use voice helpers. I hate it. Yeah. I'm actually going to mute this thing because she randomly comes on sometimes when I say the wrong stuff or combination of words. Thought that was yeah. It's dirty, but have you seen the ad for the new apron supposedly from Home Depot? I've not seen it. You look like one of those chefs they hire at the bachelorette parties. Yeah, yeah. Welcome to Jurassic Park. Yes. All right. Where's my steaks? We got cheap round steak. Oh, wow. I forgot. I was going to buy some oxtail. And Natasha wanted to know how much it cost, but I never did buy oxtail. But these cost $18.20 or $18.76. me turn you up a little bit so I can see you better. The apron has sewn on hand towel. It has stuffed man parts under the towel. What? Ain't no towel. Oh. Got pockets, not a towel. Good old flank there. Is that what these are? They're called, the title said round steak, but I don't know. Cheap steak. I like to pat them dry first. Let me bring you guys there. Now you can see the steak. I do like cat stuff. It all started when I was in Detroit. I used to work in Detroit at an automotive plant. Well, I didn't work in the automotive plant. I was a contractor, and they were just building a new automotive plant. And I started a collection of cat shirts because Walmart has a very good selection of cat shirts. Well, they did. And I just started buying them, and then I got known for wearing cat shirts at the plant, and then I kind of leaned into it a lot. And I really like cat shirts. And so now, whenever somebody sees a cat shirt, they send me a text and say, hey, do you already have this one? And if I don't have it, they buy it for me. So it's a pretty sweet deal, because just for being known for having cat shirts, now I get free shirts. And people insist on buying it for me, so. Cool. Cool. Words off the mice. No, we don't have mice in the house, as far as I know. We haven't found mouse droppings, but I found mouse droppings out in the garage. And I know I seen one time, like a month and a half ago. Oh, and I caught one. And it was dead, and I was sad. I'm gonna buy some traps that keep them alive, and then just take them out to the country and let them go. Because I don't like seeing dead mice. And you know what I really don't like? I hate those sticky traps. You ever seen those sticky traps? You ever seen a mouse on a sticky trap? It's not a good scene. It looks terrible. And yes, I only have an electric stove, which freaking sucks. I hate electric stoves. I would much rather have a gas. Or cook on the grill. But I'm not cooking on the grill today. Where's my... Oh, yeah. Mice are done for, no escape, yeah. What does that mean? Is PAS a normal boy? What's that mean? All right, I'll show you how I make baked potatoes too. So I got my potatoes here, right? I'm gonna grab me a fork. Poke a bunch of holes in them. And I have this thing here. This is a tortilla warmer. I just throw the potatoes in there, and then I stick these in the microwave and hit the potato button. And those are cooking now. Oil's getting hot. How long have you been working out? Your muscle density looks great. I've been working for 9 months straight, almost 9 months. But I was pretty fat, and I had pretty big muscle under my fat. Lil Red, thank you for the question. I gotta get butter and garlic ready. We got rosemary here. Look at that, doesn't that look beautiful? I need to grab some butter. Some garlic. Is this all we got? Oh, here. This will be enough. This will be enough. It's in Russian. Why the Christmas apron in May? I don't know. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Everybody loves Christmas. I forgot it had I forgot it was a Christmas thing, honestly. That's why. This is my only apron also, so that's another reason. Christmas in July. Well, I am cooking a steak and it is rest day, so it's a good day for celebration for sure. Can you stop staring at me and go away, please? She's looking at me like she's expecting something. She don't need no garlic. She can't have garlic. Yeah. Make sure your dogs don't get a hold of no garlic. They're basically vampires. No, I'm just kidding. That's awful. I'm not gonna say that. I'll take that back. But she's kind of mean. Mmm. The garlic smells good. You're stupid. Dang it. You're mean. What the fuck is this shit? Looks wicked cool. For all occasions. Damn right. Damn right. What's up, Michael Stevens? We got the last little bits of garlic off of a clove that I'm using. Tiny little cloves of garlic. So I'm going to use all of them. I'm just peeling the dry stuff off right now. And then I'll smash them and chop them up. Alright, this is definitely getting hot. It's getting a little smoky, so it's time to throw the steaks on them. I'll just throw one on for now. Open the window. What's up, Ty Dog? Damn, dude, you're in the kitchen. Put on a fucking shirt for God's sake. Put on a shirt for God's sake. How heavy were you back then? 224 pounds. Steven Spielberg or Michael Jackson? I like Michael Jackson. Open the door. What the hell are you talking about? Open the door. Don't make me paranoid. Open the country. Shut up. Where's my tongs at? Where are my tongs? Whoa, where the hell are my tongs? Alright. I'll use the big pair. I have a little pair, but I don't know where they are. I have like 3 little pair. But I think they're mixed in and I'm just... It's like a freaking I Spy book in here. Now that can go a little longer. These are thin steaks, so they don't take long. As you can see. I like mine medium rare, but you can't really get these medium rare. I'm not gonna lie. They don't do very good. You can get these about medium. Unless you're really good with heat management. I'm not. Now I gotta get a spoon. Yeah, medium rare is mine. Sprinkle garlic on it. Throw some more butter in there. So I throw enough butter in here to make it pool up. You pool it up, right? And then you got the rosemary on top of the steak. I don't know if you can see this real well, but I got rosemary and I got bits of garlic on top of the steak. And now I'm gonna pull, or angle it so I can get that butter and throw that butter also on top of the steak. I want to get that hunk of butter. There we go. And I can just let that butter melt on top of the rosemary and the steak. And delicioso. What do you think? I don't want the rosemary to get too hot because then it'll burn and be gross. It'll smell weird. It's almost done. We probably got like 45 more seconds and then I'm good to go. Well, I just joined to say hi. It's later, bro. Yeah. Tony, what's up? How's it going? Oh, wait. I don't know if I have my... Do I have... Oh, here we go. Yes. And this is the best steak seasoning. This is my favorite stuff. And I don't throw this on right away. I throw this on pretty much at the end. Let me get a plate. What do you think? Looks pretty delish. And now I basically repeat the same process. Thank you, DDoS. Heck yeah, Oliver plays. Can you put some jalapeno vinegar mix? Good sour taste. Yeah, I don't have that though, but I would do that. That sounds pretty good. I've never had jalapeno vinegar. That sounds pretty dang good though. So I'm gonna smash the garlic and then I cut it up. And you don't really need a sharp knife for garlic, so I just use the butter knife. So I've used about 4 ounces of butter so far, or 4 tablespoons. I do love butter. I'm a very big advocate for actual real butter, not margarine. What's up, Bob Tom? Evan Cat Fan. What's cooking, good looking? Are you married? Yes, I am married. Married with children. Like Al Bundy. Oh, the baked potatoes are done. So I just throw them in the tortilla warmer after I scrub them and after I poke holes in them. You throw them in the tortilla warmer, push the potato button. And let's see. I had 3 potatoes in there. That's nice and hot. Nice and hot. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe off my cutting board. I'm not too worried about the raw beef that was on it because I don't care. Give my immune system a little training, okay? I'm gonna poke into this and see if it's done. Like I said, all I do is clean the potato, poke some holes in it, put it in the tortilla warmer, stick it in the microwave, and then press the potato button. Do cats look so cool? Yes. Yes, they do. Thank you, planning person, laid back deep. That's awesome. Thank you for the sunshine. I appreciate that. What are you barking at? I don't know what they're barking at. I'm spooning on melted butter and garlic bits. If you're wondering what I'm doing. You're like, what the heck is this idiot doing? Garlic bits and melted butter. I'm spooning it. Alright, let me get this fork. Bring you guys over here. The potatoes nice and cooled down. We'll see if she's good to go. Looks pretty good. Look at all that steam coming off of there. Oh, it's hot. Woo, woo, woo. What's up, Marciano? Have you shared the stories of your tattoo? You know what I forgot, guys? I forgot what we were doing tonight. I forgot I was telling my story. Okay, Perthes disease, the hip. Went through all that stuff. It was 6 weeks of being in those casts, right? I had to relearn to walk after I got out of the cast both times. It was 2 surgeries. But finally, the doctor told me my hip was healed. And the crazy thing that happened was he was like, it's kind of like experimental surgeries because they didn't know how to fix the damage from Perthes disease on a hip, especially on a kid that was still growing. So he was collecting a bunch of data, right? And he was going to somewhere in Europe, I think. And he's going to do some kind of seminar or, you know, teach other people about how to fix Perthes disease. And he was on his way to the airport and his wife was following him. And for some reason, they pulled over on the highway and he was going to his wife's car to talk to her. And while he was in between the 2 cars, another car, a guy had fallen asleep at the wheel, smashed into the back of his wife's car and pinned him between the 2 vehicles. And so he died, and I was like 8 years old when that happened. I didn't know what the hell was going on. But it was a few months after I had been told, okay, you're good to go. So yeah, and my grandma was all crying and stuff, and I saw his picture in the newspaper. He was on the front page. And I saw his picture in the newspaper, and I was wondering what the heck was going on. Like, oh look, it's Dr. McMillian. And it turns out it's because he freaking died. But that was a really badass dude. Like, he completely healed me as far as, you know, the best I can be with the hip. And then he freaking passed on. But he kind of saved my deal. Saved as far as my quality of life. That's what he did. How dare you come here and look handsome. Thank you. You are proportional, good balance. Yes, I'm natural. I'm natural. The goal is to hit my genetic limit. And I'm pretty close as far as my upper body is concerned. I'm assuming. I really doubt I can get much bigger, but I am going to try. But we still have to, you know, we got to increase the legs and the chest. Because the back and the arms kind of overshadow the legs and the chest. I hear it all the time. But I swear, I don't do steroids, nothing like that. I've never stuck a freaking needle in my arm. I've never stuck a needle in my butt. I've never stuck a needle in my body. I get very anxious when the doctor sticks needles in me. Look at that, that's good. And you know what? I'm gonna throw another bits, just a couple bits of butter on the steaks again. Just for good measure. Just for good measure, okay? Alright, now the baked potatoes. We need to get another plate too. Oh crap, I forgot to cut these up. Watch out, dogs. I got a knife on me. I've cut my thumb open one time. When I worked at a restaurant, I used to be a waiter at a restaurant, and I was chopping chives one time, and I cut my thumb open. I sliced it all the way down. Well, this would be a better example. I sliced it all the way down to the middle of my nail one time. Dog, you want some of the meat? I know. I have blocked out from blood draws myself. Yeah. Well, I didn't black out, but what happened was I was sitting there getting blood drawn, and the doctor was in the room. I don't remember why, but he was looking at me, and he was looking at me funny. And I looked at him, and he goes, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course I am. Of course I'm okay. I'm the toughest person in the universe." And then he was like, "Okay, you just look really pale." And he's like, "No," he said, "you look faint," or something like that. And I looked at him, and I, started to understand that, yeah, I am feeling really weird. And I was getting like cold sweats, and I was getting like, how do you describe it? It felt like I was like floating a little bit. You know what I mean? Like my whole body felt super light and tingly a little bit. And then I started to get a little bit sleepy. And as soon as that started to happen, I was like, yeah, I do feel funny. And he's like, "All right, sit up, sit him up now, sit him up now." And then the nurse was trying to stroke my ego a little bit. She was like, "Oh, it's totally fine. It's totally fine. We get big muscular guys in here all the time that are scared of needles." And I'm like, I'm not scared though. I'm not scared, so I don't know why you would even say that. But whatever. All right, the butter's melted. I'm gonna throw on some chives. I don't want the big stringy ones. And bacon bits. Oh, and I forgot cheese, shredded cheese. Okay, keep forgetting. Hold on, I keep forgetting about the backstory. Okay, hold on. Let me finish cooking, get my plate prepared. We'll go sit down and eat, and then I will really start getting into the backstory more, because I haven't told anything else. We've literally gotten nowhere. Move. Oh shoot, I should have waited on the chives. I'm gonna stick this in the microwave so the cheese melts a little bit. What the fuck are you wearing an apron for? I'm cooking. It's literally what you wear when you cook. I'm surprised you didn't already know that, but yes. When you cook, you wear aprons. Or else you're not a good chef then. What up, Steven Sullivan? That's what's up. Let me get my other utensil. Oh. Can't forget that. Oh crap. Hold on. I gotta hold this plate on a different side because it's so hot. Dog, stop following me. Oh, Bella's staring at me like she has a plan. She's plotting. Bella is freaking plotting right now. Wow. Go away from me. I know exactly what you're doing. Get away. Get away from my food. I have to be extremely careful because she will eat my food. Okay. I'm going to set this up here. And I have to go put a baby gate up. I got to go put a baby gate up. I cannot leave food in the kitchen on the counter because she will jump all the way onto the counter. No, get out of there. I'm going to give him a couple treats, okay? You will have more subs soon. You'll see, bro. Well, thank you, brother. We appreciate that. I'm going to give them a treat just because they've been smelling this steak this whole time. What do we have? We have Full Moon Natural Essentials Jerky Tenders. No, hold on. I have to exploit you. Hold on. I have to exploit you for the stream. Come here. Speak. Speak. Good girl. You gonna speak? You speak. Good boy. He's such a good dog. 5K in no time. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you. Hello, my name is Angie. I need to check your chat, sir. Okay. Cool, cool. No, you're not getting that. You need to get out of here now. Go. Out. Out. Oh, wow. This is my favorite song. This is my favorite song in the world. Make sure you're blinking, too. Thank you, Jackson. Just a heads up, don't teach them to speak. They won't ever shut up. Yeah, they don't. They don't. They already don't. It's too late. Hey, out of the kitchen now. Out of the kitchen. Out of the kitchen. I gotta put the baby gate up. Move, move, move. There are connections all over Roblox. Oh, heck yeah. Roblox is... Hey, quit. Roblox is a terrifying force. It is powerful. All right, guys. I'm going to eat my food. We're going to digest it. I'm going to talk about from 14 to... I'm going to try to get all the way to now. But I probably won't be able to. We'll have to have a part 3. Okay? Dealio? Let me get some lights on. I'm not a vampire. I'm not going to eat in the dark. Oh, yeah. I wanted to show you guys this, too. Get away from me, dogs. That's the only time I do not want them around me is when I have my food. Because they're so needy. Stop staring at me with those cute puppy eyeballs. All right, look. I got some gummies, right? Shilajit gummies. Shilajit, ashwagandha, Safed mostly, whatever that means. These things are packaged individually. And you know what? They taste awful. They taste like... It's just going to be weird. But you know what they taste like? They taste like the way that when you go to the fair and you go to like the livestock area where like the pigs are and stuff, they taste and smell like that smells. I don't know how to describe it, but that's the only way I can. You're not getting any. You're trying to be sweet. Go away. Just trying to cuddle up to me to get my freaking food. Go away. I gotta get rid of my nicotine pouch now. Go! Get out of here. Okay. Overdone. Barely medium. Medium well. What up, James? No ketchup. What do you mean show us a piece? Oh. Slightly pink and some dark pink spots, but go away. I like medium rare, but these are very thin steaks, so they're not easy to manage it, especially on that electric stove. But this is absolutely delish. This right here. Well, at least you don't say well done. You ever watch anybody here ever watch King of the Hill? I can't get this damn thing off. Yes. Where's my mic? Good. Yes. Yeah. Whenever he's talking to Bobby and he's showing him how to cook steak on the grill, propane grill, of course. That's the only thing I don't like. I do not like propane grills. I like charcoal. I did get gifted a Traeger one time, a wood pellet, but the auger stopped working very quickly. But my favorite is charcoal grills. I haven't seen the new King of the Hill. Oh, I haven't seen the new one either. I think I've seen an episode though. Maybe. I think I've seen clips on YouTube. What's your cheat meal? Your guilty pleasure? This. And I'll show you my favorite way to eat steak. I don't care how good the steak is. I'm sorry. I don't care how good the steak is. Yeah, I watch the older episodes still. Hey, let me clear this area off. And I'll eat right here, and I'll put the camera right there. So I can stare at the camera while I'm eating. I got a bunch of supplements and nicotine here. Microphone. You've got Dwight back there, yeah. Yeah, I do agree with that. Jazz Deep Cutter. Like and sub guy, he deserves it. Any super chat donation goes toward DoorDash or tip. Thank you, Mystery. I appreciate you, brother. Oh yeah, I forgot. I don't even have to look right there for the chat. What's your dude? Watch the channel for the first time, liking. What are you doing? Keep up the good work, brother. I appreciate you. Thank you, Davis, and thank you, John Mars. Today is a rest day, so I'm eating a little bit more than usual. And this is actually the first real meal I've had today, though. I had a couple protein shakes, and I've had a lot of chocolate milk today. But, okay, to the backstory. So I ran away from my dad's house, okay? And I had to live with my mom, but mom didn't have a place to live. So we went to her boyfriend's house, whoever she was, happened to be dating at the time. And remember, mom was on drugs at this time. Mom had turned into a tweaker. Okay, I'm 14 years old. How old is she? Let's see, she was 15 plus 14, 29. So she's 29 years old. I'm 14, and we are traveling around like gypsies. I don't really go to school a whole lot, and I get on what's called truancy probation. Watching from Brooklyn, New York. Meant to say what's up. What's up, John? But truancy probation, and then when I get on truancy probation, they start testing me for drugs like marijuana, and so I keep failing tests for that. Hold on, what did he say? That's a weird one. Miguel Mayer Quinn. Oh, it's cool. I can go straight to their channel from here. Oh, wow. Wow. You look like a winner. That's so funny. You're weird. This is fun. Okay. Yeah, that was a weird question, but this is cool because I can look. Oh, look, somebody said put a shirt on. Come on, boy. Be better. Who's this guy? Red-blooded American. Nothing. Okay. This is his live brother. He can do whatever he wants. Boy is passing judgment. Only if you come here and talk to me. I won't pass judgment on you if you keep your trap shut or you keep scrolling. Anyways, as I was saying, I'm not a fitness influencer. I'm not an influencer. I don't want to be called an influencer because I don't lie about things. I only tell you guys, I show you guys exactly what the hell is going on all the time. I mean, not every little thing, okay? I'm not gonna get into all the details of why I was so raged out and got so heartbroken and started working out in the first place. That kind of stuff. But I'm not gonna lie to you. I will tell you if I'm not gonna tell you about something. But when I say influencer or not influencer, it's just because, you know, it seems like they've saturated that with dishonesty and lies and basically a way to get you to spend your money. Okay? Do not spend your money. Save your money. You just passed judgment on the guy before me. You're kind of an arrogant dick. Like I said, if you come in here, you talk crap about me, or you say some weird stuff like pop cherry, I'm gonna pass judgment on you. Go cry about it. Ooh, please tell us that. I want to hear more of your story, please. Sorry, I keep getting distracted. I'm not gonna stare at the screen, okay? So I got on truancy probation. I kept getting in trouble. And me and Mom, we lived with one guy for a while. I think it was like a month and a half. He actually rented a house and everything, and we literally set up a whole little family situation there for about a month and a half. And I was such a terror child. I was 14, 15, around now. And there was a time where I didn't want to get out of bed, and my mom actually called the police. And I've told you, she's freaking tweaker at this time. She's got all kinds of stuff in the house that I know about. She's got paraphernalia, all kinds of stuff. But she's still, and she doesn't even have a phone, okay? But I won't get out of bed. She's trying to get me out of bed to go to school, but I tell her to F off and leave me alone, and I stay asleep. She freaking calls the police. The police actually enter the house and tell me I need to get up and go to school. Isn't that crazy? But so lived like that for quite a while. She found another boyfriend, had to move to a different town, had to actually switch schools. And I went to another school for, I think it was sophomore year, and it was about November at the time when I switched to the school. And it was full, it was a smaller town, so it was full of country folk, right? And it was funny. There was a criminal justice class in that it was high school. But I went there until Christmas break. And then Christmas break happened. And when Christmas break happened, we had a pep assembly. And I don't like pep assemblies. I don't like crowds. So I remember when everybody was in the gymnasium, you know, on the bleachers, I went to the bathroom and then I walked out and left and went back to my mom's boyfriend's house, and then found out that her and my mom's boyfriend and her got into a big argument, and we were moving back anyways. So came back, and what happened after that? Oh, okay. So basically, my mom's mom, she realized that we were pretty much homeless. So she talked to my probation officer, and a caseworker, and I basically had to live with her. And I lived with her, and she had a husband who was awful. I hated him. And he turned out he was awful. She hates him now too. He cheated on her a bunch. Blah, blah, blah. But I lived there for quite a while. I started working in a retirement home. Because by this time, while I lived there, oh yeah, I'll tell you this. I got into a fight. I got into like 3 fights in high school during that year. And whenever you get into a fight, you get 5 disciplinary points. And when you get 15 disciplinary points, you get expelled. So, I don't remember all of the situations. But the last one was not my fault whatsoever. I was standing in C Hall. I was standing there talking to my buds. There was a guy standing here next to me. There was a guy standing here next to me. There was a guy standing there next to me. And we had like a 4-person circle. And we were just talking to each other. And there was a couple teachers over here. And upperclassman came up behind me. And he put me in a headlock like this. Right? And so I bent over and I threw him over my shoulder. But I didn't throw him hard. I wasn't super aggressive about it or anything like that. And I thought we were just playing around, like roughhousing. So I do that. And then I'm just like standing up, not aware that this guy's extremely mad. And he turns around and I can see that his face is beet red. And I guess he's trying to come at me. And all I remember is like grabbing him and throwing him against the wall, or like slamming him against the wall. And then teachers just swarmed us. There was 2 teachers. One of them was a math teacher, Mr. Allen. And then one of them was an English teacher, Mr. Van Pelt. And Mr. Allen was big. Mr. Van Pelt was not big. But Mr. Allen grabbed him. And I did not know. It's illegal to lie on the internet. Yep. Grabbed him. I got escorted to the freaking office. Then we both got taken to Bob Johnson's detention center. And we went through this process called intake and assessment. Well, I had been through the process many, many times. This guy had never done it. He's sitting there talking all kinds of crap. Like, oh, this is my first time. I didn't do anything, blah, blah. And I'm looking at him like, dude, you just messed up my entire life because you got mad when you came up behind me and messed with me. Bro is reading comments. He just chooses to ignore the question. That's fair enough. I didn't see the question. I asked the question and aired an opinion. That's not trolling. Yeah, I didn't. Well, I'm not going to go up and look at the question. Choosing to be here. Is that okay? Well, thank you for being here. I do appreciate it. What's up, co-owner? But anyways, so I ended up getting expelled for this, okay? Completely kicked out of school. Dan wants to know why you chose tattoo. Why did you get the DMT tattoo? If you read a book called The Spirit Molecule by Dr. Rick Strassman. I am now a supporter. Well, thank you, bro. I was swiping by and damn if I didn't come across Dorian Yates. Oh man, what? That's my favorite. I like Dorian Yates. I take a lot of advice from Dorian Yates on YouTube. But back to high school, I got expelled. So when I got expelled, I was really mad. And I was working at Sonic at the time. Sonic was my very first job. I was a car hop at Sonic. And there was one night that was crazy. I closed that night. So I was there till, I think we closed at midnight. So I was there till like 1 o'clock in the morning. And my manager at the time had bought me a liter of Vyaka vodka. And so I was car hopping while very, very inebriated. And I was even on roller skates. But I was pretty good, even Even while I was inebriated, I was very good on those roller skates. And you got more tips when you wear the roller skates. So we close. I have like 3/4 of this Viaca bottle left. I go to my foster home. I was actually living in foster care at the time. I moved away from my grandma's house because the drama with her husband. I ended up living with my best friend at the time and his family in foster care. And so that's where I was going that night. And they lived actually not too far from here. And not too far from this bar and grill, where a lot of preppy people would go. This bar was preppy people, like rich people bar. I think it was called the Polo at the time. But anyways, I get home from Sonic, right? My idiot Ace, okay, my stupid decides that I'm going to go on my front porch and smoke cigarettes, drink my vodka, and chill. And then while I'm doing that, I decide I want to go practice my skating skills so I can get more tips. And so I go skating down the road. I'm just skating in my neighborhood, a pretty rich neighborhood. I'm in foster care, not my neighborhood for sure, but I'm skating. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't have a shirt on. I had a big old coat. I had skates on, and I had basically shorts just like these on, athletic shorts. And go skating, blah, blah, blah. And I go back to my home, and this weird guy comes to my driveway. And he's got this big tattoo right here. Like some tribal crap. Stupid tattoo. But I remember looking at it, and at the time I was a little kid, or, you know, a teenager, and I was like, oh, that's a cool tattoo. I'm so drunk that it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm at my foster home on the front porch. Some guy with his shirt off is approaching my driveway, and all I can say is, whoa, that's a cool tattoo. Oh, he was actually, you know, he's kind of buff. He was kind of buff. So I was like, immediately wanting to be his friend, you know, typical. And I was 16 at the time, 16 years old at this time. So he comes up and he's like, hey, man, I just saw you out there skating, and I saw you almost bust your butt a few times. You seem like a pretty cool dude. Can you help me? And I said, okay, yeah, what do you need? And he's like, I was at this bar right around the corner over here, and I just got into this fight, and the cops are going to come. So can you go over there and get a blonde chick and a Mexican guy and have them come back here so we can all leave? And I said, yes, of course I can do that. I'm 16 years old. I am very inebriated, and I just got off of work. My foster family's asleep. They have no idea what's going on. This sounds like a really good idea. That's exactly what we're going to do. Let's do this. So I put moccasins. I had moccasins on. I remember that. I had my moccasins. I had my coat on. And I had my shorts on. No shirt. And I go over to this area, and there's this line of evergreen trees. And then I can hear a group of people on the other side of these evergreen trees. And it sounds like somebody's arguing. It sounds like women are arguing. And I go through the trees, and there's just a group of people, and there's lots of like early 20-year-old chicks, right? And I'm 16. I'm a little 16-year-old horn dog, obviously. And these chicks are pretty good looking. And so I'm like, hey, what's going on here? And I immediately take my coat off because I'm like, you know. And I go and I see the Mexican guy. And the Mexican guy is actually holding two of these blonde chicks. And he's like trying to keep them apart. And I go up to him and I'm like, hey, there's a guy. He's got a tattoo right here. He says he's looking for you. And he's like, oh, well, help me break this up if they start going at it. And I'm like, okay, sounds awesome. Perfect idea. And then they're arguing, and then they do end up starting to fight. I actually grabbed one of the girls by her hair, pull her. She comes back towards me, I separate her from the group, and I'm like, hey, do you know a guy with a tattoo right here? And she's like, yeah, that's my boyfriend. And I was like, okay, you need to come with me. And so I lead her back to my foster home where the guy's waiting. Then he asks to use my phone. I sneak back inside. I get a cordless telephone because we did not have cell phones at the time. I get a cordless telephone. I come out and I let him use the phone. He calls his mommy, and his mommy comes and picks him and that girl up, his girlfriend. So that sounds cool, right? But I left my coat over at that parking lot. I forgot my coat. I never put it back on because I was trying to impress the chicks, right? So I go back and I have my Vodka bottle. And when I get there, everything's died down. There's two chicks sitting on the back of a tailgate right over here. There's the Mexican guy. And then there's like a Jeep that had pulled up. And there's two new guys. Those guys are very important. One of them was very tall. He had a very, very douchey haircut. And he would gel it and spike it up in the front only. It was like a cone kind of thing picture, you know what I mean? And then the other one had a shaved head, very similar to mine right now. And he looked like, I'm not going to say the word, but there's a certain word you describe these guys. He was a white guy, very pale, shaved head. He had a chain on. He was wearing like a jersey. He was wearing baggy jeans. You know, he looked like a typical rapper guy. And so I ignore them basically. And I go over and I talk to the chicks that are sitting on the tailgate. And I'm talking to them. And they ask me if I can go in those evergreen trees and get her purse. And I said, what do you mean? Why is your purse up there? And the other girl who's sitting right next to her, who is chatting very friendly with her, is like, I threw it in there. And I was like, you guys are cool now? I'm like, yeah, we're cool now. I go up in there, look for this purse. Oh, wait. This is important. I had my vodka, right? And I'm a stupid punk 16-year-old trying to act tough, trying to act cool. I go over to the guy who looked like a rapper guy, and I shoved the vodka bottle towards him, and I was like, hold this. And then he like out of reflex grabbed it. And then I go in there, come back out, can't find the purse, but the vodka bottle's gone. And I'm 16 years old, thinking I'm super tough, thinking, and the vodka bottle was already half gone, okay? And it was just me drinking it. And I remember yelling, basically, you guys took my vodka. And he goes, no, you didn't give it to me. And I'm like, I'm not that drunk. I know I gave it to you, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, no, you're stupid, man. You're drunk. You're drunk. And then they get in their Jeep. They both get in the Jeep. And I approach the passenger side. And the rapper guy's in the passenger side. And he jumps out of the car. And he's like, I'm not messing with this. I'm not messing with this. And he goes away. Then I'm looking at the driver. And the driver's lecturing me or something. I don't remember exactly what it was. But I'm now at the passenger seat. The door's open. And I'm like almost in the car. I'm standing. I'm still outside the car. But I'm like, the door's open and I'm right there. And the guy, you know, he's sitting there. He's like got his hand on his shifter and he's talking to me. And he's like talking crap, basically saying, we don't have your alcohol, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, I'm not going to move until you give it to me. And he's like, oh, you're going to move. And I'm like, no, I'm not, blah, blah, blah. And I don't remember exactly what happened. But I remember he made an aggressive movement towards me. And as soon as he made an aggressive movement towards me, I started punching him. But My punches didn't really affect him that much. And he basically like lunged his entire body out, and he had like latched onto me. I found out later he's a wrestler. He like grabbed onto me, and then the other guy had pulled me out of the car. And I don't remember exactly what happened, okay? A lot of crazy stuff happened. I was basically fighting for my life. That's what I felt like. I was getting kicked in the head a bunch. I ended up being flat on the ground. The big guy was on, like, laying on top of me. And, you know, they were asking me, like, what the hell, how old I am. And I was like, I'm 16. And they're like, oh, crap. And so they let me up. And then they take off. Because they were, you know, whenever basically they figured out I was 16, they freaked out. The Mexican guy was still there, and then another girl was still there. And I stood up, and they were looking at me like I was The Walking Dead. And I was very, 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 very much beat up. I don't know if you can see this. You see that scar right there? I had a huge gash in my arm right here. Like when I looked down like this, it looked like just a V was cut out of my arm like that. Big old gash. And you look rough for 16. That's a story. Look into the DMT laser experiment. Yeah, I've looked into it a lot. It doesn't make sense. But very, very beat up. The Mexican guy and the other girl, they walk with me, and I found out his car was actually parked. The Mexican guy's car was parked not too far away from my house. I walk home, they leave. I had my coat. I remember my coat was all bloody. And I went into my house. I took a shower, cleaned myself up. I remember looking in the mirror, and I was very drunk at the time. But I remember looking at my arm like, whoa, that's a big gash. Wow, but it wasn't bleeding. I swear to God, it was not bleeding. Well, it wasn't bleeding like a lot. It just, I don't know. But I went to sleep. And my foster sister woke me up the next morning, and she was flipping out because I basically looked like I was dead. My entire forehead had blood blisters on it. There was blood blisters all over here. My forehead was like sticking out to like here. Everywhere it was swollen. They did not hit me at all on my nose, and they didn't mess with anything below my eyes, but both eyes were completely swollen shut, and the blood blisters were in the shape of boot prints. You could see the tread of the boot prints on my, but it was a blood blister pattern, and it looked like I couldn't see anything. My eyes were both swollen shut, but I mean I could still see. People were like thinking I couldn't, and I was like, no, I can see. I'm just fine. I can see. But I had to go to the doctor and get this thing sewn shut, or stitches, you know. And the doctor was a jerk. I remember the doctor knew I had been very drunk the night before, and I was a 16-year-old, so he was not happy, you could tell. And I was complaining about the stitches hurting, and he was like, it can't be as bad as when it happened. I was like, well, I don't. Yeah. And he's like, well, if you didn't have so much pain reliever in you. Or something to that effect. But he was chastising me. But so then I didn't go to school, right? And I was on probation. I was on truancy probation. So I was I was checked on a lot as far as making sure I go to school. And so my probation officer had an office actually in the high school, because there was so many kids on probation in our high school that we had a freaking dedicated probation officer that had an office in the school. And then we had principals. We had different principals. According to where your last name was, that's what principal you had. So I was in the T's. So my principal was named, well, I'm not going to tell you. I won't tell you the name, I guess. But my principal was freaking awesome. It was a kind of an older, probably 40s lesbian lady. But she was like super sharp. You know what I mean? She was one of those lesbian ladies that tried to dress like a man, but not too much. You know what I mean? Kind of butch, but professional butch. You know what I mean? And I'm not talking crap. I'm just trying to describe it. It's a stereotype. You can probably picture what I'm talking about. Professional butch. And she was freaking awesome. I loved her. I still, to this day, wish I could talk to her and be like, hey, I really appreciate you and you giving me chances and actually seeing me as a person instead of a sheep in the herd. But she came, her and my probation officer came to my foster home. And this is crazy. Watch it. Listen to this. My foster mom met them at the door and talked to them and told them what had happened, or my story. I didn't tell anybody that I had vodka. I told them I had an iPod, and I told them they took the iPod, but I was lying about that. It was the vodka. So I left that part out when I told the probation officer, when I told my foster family, when I told everybody it was an iPod, it wasn't my bottle of vodka. They did find out sooner or later. They talked to the adults that were there. But, so yeah, they come to the house and I am hobbling, I'm walking, but my whole body is hurt. Everything hurts. Everything aches. My core aches. Just everything aches. And, I hobble out there. I had gauze all around my arm. And, as soon as my principal, the professional butch one, as soon as she sees me, she cries. She starts crying. Because I'm telling you, that's how bad I looked. I looked freaking bad. So then, what happened? I left out a part. When this happened, I was already going to rehab. I was just waiting to go when this happened. I was already in trouble because I had gotten caught with possession because me and my foster brother had went into the high school parking lot and smoked in my car. And then we got busted and my probation officer found paraphernalia and flakes in a baggie. And so I got another possession charge at that point, and I was waiting to go to rehab. And that's when all this happened. That's when I got my butt whipped by the 20-year-olds or whatever they were, mid-20s. So what happened was my probation officer got mad and he put me in detention. He put me in the detention center. He took me out of the freaking foster home, and he made me stay in the detention center until I had my appointment to go to a rehab for 28 days. And so I had to go there again and live there for like a week, and then went to, it's called Olathe, Kansas. It's by Kansas City. There's a rehab for adolescents there. It's called ACT, Adolescent Center for Treatment. I'm pretty sure it's what it's called. And then I had to go there for 28 days. Stayed there, had to talk about how I'm addicted to pot. No, I was never an alcohol. It was not from alcohol. It was because I always got caught with pot. That's all I've ever gotten in trouble for. That's all I've ever tested for positively. It's not all I've ever done, but it's all I've ever actually had a problem with. And yes, it is addictive. And yes, you can have a problem with it. And I did. I'm tired of holding that. I can just do this. You speak dog and dog walks. Show us your dog when your story is over, please. Here, hold on. Okay, so we went from living with mom, getting on probation, going to foster care, got into some specifics about when I got beat up, got that scar, got a big old scar from that. Now I'm in rehab. Oh man, I met some really cool guys in rehab. Let me show you the doggies real quick. And we probably go out in the garage soon. I love you guys so much. You're my angels. You're my baby angels. You're such good dogs. All right, get. No, you're not getting any of that. Don't frickin' do that. That's got garlic. Go away. No. All right, guys. Ugh. Ugh. Yeah, they're trying to get the plate. Yeah, they are good dogs, except her. He's a good dog. She's not exactly a good dog. She's still kind of a puppy. She's only 6 months, 7 months maybe. And she's very jealous of him, and he's very jealous of her all the time. All right, get. Oh, let me put the lid on this. Yeah, she did, didn't she? I'm gonna get me some nicotine in me. So that's it, guys. I'm very, 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 very full. I was debating on not even finishing that, but I did finish the whole thing. Whew. That's it for tonight. I'm gonna have a protein shake. As far as food is concerned, that is all I'm having. What's up, Mickey? I ate steak and a baked potato. And we talked about when I got my butt whipped when I was 16 years old. I got stomped into the ground pretty good. That's where I got. Can you guys see? Where's it at? There's a scar right there. Do you see that scar? I don't know if you can see it. Oh, there you can see it, definitely. There. That scar. Steak and tater was cheat meal. Yep. Yep. That was my cheat meal. And now, oh God, I'm gonna be full. Oh, that was too much. Lucky you can do forearms. Charles Fox. Chocolate milk, yeah. All right, hold on, let me rinse this off so the wife doesn't get mad at me. Go away, dogs. That was a cheat meal? Yeah, it was delicious. That's a bodybuilding meal tips. Well, I mean, it's delicious for me, and it's definitely not a fat loss meal. But I mean, that's what we're going for now. We're trying to grow chest and grow legs. So I got to eat more, much more than I used to. But I do not want to get fat. So it's going to be a lean bulk. Arnold said he doesn't drink milk, no calories, so he has a few beers instead. Yeah, I'm the opposite. I never drink beer, and I love milk. I freaking love milk. And people say, well, humans are the only animal on the planet that drinks the milk of another animal. And it's like, I don't care. Humans are also the only animal on the planet that brush their fucking teeth. You know? You're such a good girl. She's just such a beggar. Rehab center. Oh, okay, rehab center. I met 2 freaking amazing people there. Okay, so I was getting buff when I was 16. I was already getting pretty buff. And so whenever you're buff and you're around people who are insecure, they'll look at you and they'll talk crap. They'll just immediately want to say, hey, I could beat you up. I could beat you up. All that muscle don't stop no switch. All that muscle, blah, 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 blah. And so if you're buff, you will immediately attract attention or negative attention sometimes. Does that make sense? And yes, when I was 16, I wouldn't say I was buff, but I was ripped. And I looked strong. I need to get a pair of socks. There's one. And that doesn't match. But it kind of matches. That one's gray, that one's black. Good enough. Steak and potatoes, fat loss, muscle building. Get. Stop fighting, dogs. That's vegan talk. Yeah. At least not baked potatoes, but potatoes in general. Lost weight eating every other day. Yeah. And I'll give you a hint when it comes to baked potatoes. If you let the baked potato cool in the fridge and then you reheat it, and then you let it cool again and reheat it and cool again, whenever it cools, the starches form some kind of crystalline structure, and it's harder, it digests slower and spikes your blood sugar a lot less. That's what I heard. I heard you let it cool and reheat it and it's good, but if you do it multiple times, it actually increases that benefit. I don't do it multiple times, I just do it once. But yeah, so there was guys in the rehab center that were always challenging me to fight. And if you got into a fight, you got kicked out and you did not succeed the program. And then I would be in way more trouble with probation, and I'd probably go into a detention center almost permanently. And so I was there, and there was this one guy, I don't remember his name, but I remember he drove a Jeep, and he was he looked like a rich guy, but he was cool as hell. He was kind of buff. And he told me, why did the music stop? He told me this. He's like, let's say, or I was telling him, I want to beat that guy up. I want to beat him up. I know I can beat him up, and I want to beat him up because he's making me mad. And he told me, let's say you had the world's best car, and you're at a stoplight, and somebody come up to you and with a crappier car, but they challenge you to a race. But you knew that there could be a cop that sits over there. Shut up, jerk! He doesn't want to play with you right now. But he was saying basically you have a really awesome car, the best car. You know you have the best car. You know you could beat this guy, but there probably is a cop down the road. Do you race him? No, you don't freaking race him. You know you got the best car. You don't need to prove it and risk getting in trouble. That's how he put it. It was a good, it was a good metaphor for me, and it was a good message at the time. Then there was another guy. He didn't really give me a good moral story message, but he could play the freaking guitar, and he was so damn good at the guitar. And he played Pink Floyd, Wish You Were Here, and he sang it. Oh my God, he's so good. He impressed me so much. And he was such a little skinny, wiry guy. And he loved everybody. He was so positive all the freaking time. Literally inspired me to be a better kid. So that rehab was an amazing place. It really was awesome. And I did end up succeeding through the program. One of the cool things that while I was there, we had a blind guy. He's a black kid. He's blind, and I guess he had a problem with cocaine. And he had a freaking seeing eye dog. And guess who he was roommates with? This guy. So guess who got to pet a dog all night, every night almost? This guy. Which was awesome. But then for some reason we got switched rooms and I wasn't able to have that room anymore. But yeah. Then what happened? Okay, I'm going to pause there. We're going to bookmark it there. I'm in rehab, 16 years old. I'm going to graduate and I go back to my foster family. Yes. Yes. Let's go out in the garage and start hitting the punching bag. Or should I let it settle for a while? We'll go out in the garage and hang out and let the meal settle for a while before I start. You know what I mean? Ugh. Ugh. Yeah, Hawk. Yeah, Hawk is quite the lecturer as far as the recovery, but I appreciate you. Oh, wait. Hi, all. What's up, Cat's Eyes Icon? I recognize some of you. Ah. Oh. Okay, I feel weird because I'm usually already out there. I feel like I'm missing something. What am I missing? Got that. I'll take the Wolverine nasal spray out there with me. I'll take some pine pollen extract. Why you got two of the same tattoo? I don't. I've heard. I've had the Viking berry. Quit, Bella. Bella's trying to dominate Duckless in a weird way. No, I've never done that. I mean, I guess when I was born and when I sleep at night sometimes, but I've only read about it a lot, researched it a lot, and someday, maybe. I have a cool theory. I'll tell you my theory. This is what I usually do to get set up. Yeah. I've heard you can have entire lifetimes in there. All right, I got one daughter at the skating rink, and I think the boy's here. I gotta remember where my family is. Make sure they're all accounted for. Motorcycle driving by. All right, back in the garage. Normalcy. Let's get some music going. I feel very bloated right now. I feel very fat. Get the light going. There we go. Oh, it's hot in here again. What's the temperature? 89? That's better than yesterday, though. Yesterday was 95. My stomach's growling. Come on. Ditos need to read the question better, sorry. A tease if she grilled some afterwards. Yeah. How young was your mother as she got you? My mom was 15 when I was born. What's up, Dad? What's up, Bob Cook? About to hit up some BPC 157. Not crack. Some about the chat filter was hiding it on my side. Oh yeah, did I unfilter the chat on here? Nope. My bad. I'm going to take some BPC 157 nasal spray real quick. Get some music going. I'm going to put the gloves on today. My one knuckle got tore up last night. Oh, crap.
Battery 100%. Connected to SCSL101641.
Come on. There we go. All right. Oosh, oosh. That's for my shoulder. BPC 157 helps you heal, basically. It's supposed to help with tendons and ligaments. Bob wants to know if you're playing golf this year. Yes, I do plan on playing golf this year. I want to actually, you know how we did those tournaments last year? I need to talk to Newton and see if it's allowed, but I want to live stream the actual tournament. Them bloodsuckers are out back. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah, Dad. Thank you. Guys, that's my dad, by the way. That is my father. I bet that was weird, huh? Ooh, it's hot in here. What up, Ditos? Go harder than you ever have. No, I can't right now. I can't. I got too much steak and potato in me. Grand Sensei. Getting the blood flowing. What's in my pocket? Oh, nicotine pouches. Getting the blood flowing at the same time, constricting the blood flow. Smart. If you take nicotine while doing cardio, does that technically make your heart work harder? So it's almost like more exercise for your heart because you're going through constricted blood vessels? That's sound logic. That's sound logic. 57-year-old boxing coach on YouTube, Coach Carl. Oh yeah, you told me that before, I forgot. Let me write that down. Coach Carl. Boxing. Okay, where was our bookmark? What's up, Reed? Thank you, brother. How's your sister's schedule? I think she may have fallen off a little bit. She's got a brother on her side that's not related to me. And I guess something happened and he went through some bad stuff. She had to go to the hospital. And then also one of her grandmas on that side had to go to the hospital. So it's been crazy. I haven't been pressuring her about it. He knows about everything, true. Hell yeah, brother. 12 hours a day. Good job, Mr. Rich. That's good. What's up, Great Warrior King? Should I train every day or day by day? Yes. All right, Mr. Rich. Yeah, there are mods here. There was just a 9.5 earthquake in Antarctica. More days, better. 1 to 2 days, rest and restore. Yeah, true. It's always good to be active every single day, but give your muscles a break. More speed, less force. Flow like water. I'll try. Oh yeah. Loosen up. And don't try to maul it every single time. You have some secret to building muscle other than TRT since you don't do it. It's called consistency. It's literally the only thing you need. Consistency. Consistent protein. Consistent training. Consistent clean diet. Boom, done. It's actually very, very simple. It's just not easy to do for most people. But once you actually get disciplined, it's just your life. It's just part of your life. I don't like eating unhealthy food, period. I don't like it. I don't enjoy it anymore. I don't enjoy soda anymore whatsoever. Well, okay, that's not true. That's not true. I do like me a root beer. Like maybe once a month, twice a month. I do like root beer, like a cold root beer. It actually sounds delicioso right now. A nice cold root beer. But you gotta really, really limit high fructose corn syrup. Picture corn syrup coating your pipes, coating your intestines. That doesn't sound good, right? Thanks, brother. It's like taking advice from people that is shaped like you, so I'm gonna stay consistent. I mean, that's all I did, man. You can see, if you look at my channel and you go through all the things I post every fucking, I post every freaking day. And I only post what I'm doing that day or what I did yesterday. Zevia gingered root beer. I have to try that. You know how hard not to cuss? Yeah, it is hard not to cuss. I'm a cusser. I enjoy expressing myself with cuss words sometimes. Oh, that was gross sounding. Did you hear that? It squished. I feel like I just don't know enough combinations to not be predictable. Even more hard not to cuss when you work with cussing people. True. I try not to cuss just because I don't want some kid on here, you know, getting inspired to be a good person and work out and help people. And then they're sitting on the couch and their parent is there and I sit there and start saying some wild stuff and then they can't watch me anymore. I feel bad for that. When I started going to church in 09, it was the hardest thing for me to stop. What? Oh, cussing. Okay. I was like, what? I get it. All right, we got about 13 minutes left. Okay, where was I at with the story, guys? I forgot. Okay, so just got out of rehab and I went back to my foster family. And my best friend, I was living with my best friend's family. They were my foster family. And when I came back from rehab, I didn't want to smoke pot anymore. And I really didn't want to. But my foster brother, my best friend at the time, was not interested in doing that. And so basically what happened is we still lived together, but we basically weren't friends anymore. That's kind of how it was. I tried drinking with him. I tried all kinds of different things to make it to where we were friends again. But he wanted to go hang out with other people and go smoke pot, and I didn't want to go do it. I ended up getting a full-time job because after I got expelled from school, I took my GED and I got 100% on reading, 100% on math, and 100% on social studies. And then I got a high score on science and I got a really low score on writing. But I got such a good score that I was able to pass. But I almost failed just because of how bad the writing was, because I don't like writing. But so I got my GED at 16, and then I was working full-time at a retirement home, and I was what's called a dietary aide. And I impressed my boss at the time because what you had to do as a dietary aide was when the residents get up for breakfast, you gather all the coffees and you pour all the coffees, juices, and water. And so I would make up trays of juices, trays of waters, and pots of coffee. And then I would set the tables, and then I'd go fill up people's coffee, and then I would go pass out people's juices. And then whenever it was time to serve the food, I was the one passing out meals. And when it comes to retirement home or nursing home, certain people have certain diet restrictions, right? So you had to memorize where everybody sat, and you had to memorize their specific diet restrictions. Like some of them had these things called thickened liquids. You ever heard of thickened liquids? Some people, when they get super old, or just some people that are messed up, they have to drink thick, viscous drinks because they will choke on normal liquid, such as like juice or tea or coffee. So yeah, you had to. I was really good. I'm very good at memorizing things. So I was able to flex that on that job, and I impressed the boss big time. Because on the second day, I had everybody's seat assignments memorized, and I had their diets memorized by the second day. And she said, that's the best I've ever seen anybody do. I was like, yeah, no problem, no problem. But then I loved that job. And then I would do the dishes. So basically, you set the table, you serve the food, then you clean the tables, you bust the tables, then you go do the dishes. Then lunchtime, you go do it all over again. And so, and I worked with a lady, her name, I'm not gonna tell her name, but she was from Costa Rica. And I would talk with her all the time. She was cool as hell. She was a short Costa Rican lady. And she taught me some Spanish. I asked her, I told her basically the only thing I'll ever need to know in Spanish, tell me how to say this. And she taught me, it's no idea que dices. No tengo idea que dices. No tengo idea que dices. You know what that means? What's that mean? Anybody know what that means? Anybody know what that means? No tengo idea que dices. Nope. I haven't done Zen in 2 weeks. Good. That means I don't give a F. Nope, that does not mean that. No tengo idea que dices. Nobody knows what that means, huh? Okay, well that's Spanish. No tengo idea que dices. No tengo means I have no. Tengo means I have. No tengo means I have not. Idea means idea. So no tengo idea means I have no idea. And then que dices? What you said. I have no idea what you say. No tengo idea que dices. I had to go to Mexico one time for work, and I learned Spanish in a college class. I know a lot of Spanish. I know, like 10%. I know Quizás. I know Quizás by Enrique Iglesias. Enrique Iglesias. Guy's more built than the money in his pockets. That's true. Probably. That's pretty true. But I do make pretty good money. Jocko, why are you pocket watching? Weirdo. But yeah, so I worked with and I'm not gonna tell her name. Yeah, I can say her name. It's her first name. Her name was Amalia. Amalia. But I worked with her. She was freaking awesome. She taught me some Spanish, and then I learned Spanish later on in college. But yeah, so I was living in a foster home. I had a full-time job, but me and my foster brother were not best friends anymore. And I was tired of living there. And so I moved in with my mother's mother. How much would an in-person lesson cost? $0. I had 2 monsters. If you go to the Discord, I'll definitely give in-person lessons if somebody's enthusiastic enough. And it's never gonna cost anything. I had two, and I'm not talking about boxing. I can't give boxing lessons. I'm not a boxer. That's a lot, Rich. Streaming University, never won, never pocket watch. How much for some juice? He also has to assume that I do juice. Must I need lessons, please? Me, I need lessons, please. You're talking about boxing lessons? I can't really give boxing lessons. My lessons that I give people are just be consistent. Because look at me. Look what I do every single day. You guys see me do this every day live. Okay? So just take a lesson from that. I can't tell you how to do it. I can't tell you how to get fit naturally, but I can show you how I'm doing it. I kind of want to be the punching bag. It looks fun. You took steroids? Nope, never taken steroids. He said trick question. He's probably trolling the personal lessons. Oh yeah. I've been awake for 20 hours. I don't have a heavy bag. What does your tattoo mean? Pin comment if you want to know about the tattoo. Okay, so I moved in with my mom's mom and the a-hole husband, right? And then what happened? I got my first car. And when I got my first car, I decided that I'm going to freaking stay out all night that night. I was still working at Sonic at this time. My goal when you stream is to keep moving from the bag to the waist to try to keep up. Hell yeah, brother. We pinned this answer as to how often it gets asked. Yeah. So I get my first car, and then when I had my first car, I decided to stay out all night. My grandmother's husband stayed up all night and waited for me. And then I gave him some story about getting pulled over by the police and being breathalyzed and stuff like that and had to go through a checkpoint, which was a lie. I was actually staying out all night with my friends. Not really doing anything bad, but probably smoking cigarettes and maybe drinking beers, but probably not drinking beers. Probably didn't have any. But he freaked out the next morning and he went to the cop station, asked them, they said no. They did pull me over that night because I had my brights on and I didn't know how to turn them off yet because I just got the car and I didn't know how to do that stuff. So the cop actually showed me how to turn my brights off, and that's all that had happened. He let me go. But I ended up getting kicked out. Yeah, that's what happened. So I'm like 17 at this time. I ended up getting basically kicked out of my grandparents' house, and I had to go back to the detention center and live there for a while. And so I was living at the detention center for a while. Oh, no. Wow, okay, this is what I did. I did something stupid. Okay, I did get kicked out. I knew I was gonna get kicked out, okay? And I ended up taking my car, parking it way north of town, and then walking, and then basically staying with my mom again, and not checking in with my probation officer, and basically going on the run. And I was staying at my mom's house, and nobody knew where my mom lived because she had found a place to squat at. So I was living in my mom's house that she was squatting at. And I was on the run for about 3 weeks before they caught me. And they caught me at this party. There was this girl that was hosting a party. And I don't know how they caught me, but the police show up at the door and everybody's like, it's the cops, it's the cops. And they open the door and the cops are just like, is Tips here? And they're like, yeah, he's right there. And I was like, oh crap. And I immediately walk out and go with the cops because I didn't want anybody else getting any kind of hassle at the party. So I got caught. I went back to the detention center, lived there for a long time. Then I got placed in a boys' home. And the boys' home was in Pratt, Kansas. It was called Pratt County Achievement Place. And I lived there for 7-8 months until I turned 18. And when I turned 18, when you do your push-ups, you do 3 stages with your hands furthest, shoulders in close together, you build your pecs evenly. What's that mean? What are you trying to say? Anyways, Then I lived in this boys' home, and I got a girlfriend at I started working at a local taco shop. I didn't have to go to school anymore, which was weird for them. So I got a job. I would be able to walk to my job, walk back. I would smoke cigarettes, and then I would get nicotine UAs, and I would get in trouble for smoking cigarettes. Then I turned 18 in the boys' home, and I still stay in the boys' home, but I was able to have cigarettes, and I would go to the staff, and I'd be like, can I get a cigarette? And they'd let me go across the street and sit off the property and smoke a freaking cigarette. I remember my 18th birthday, I went out there and smoked a cigarette, and that was awesome. But it's not good. Don't smoke cigarettes. I don't smoke anymore. While I was in the boys' home, I got my CNA certification. I became a CNA. And when I got out of the boys' home, I was 18. I got off of what's called Juvenile Justice Authority custody, JJA custody. I got off of that. I got a job at a regional medical center, and I worked on the 3rd floor of the surgical floor. So I was a CNA, and I would take vitals, and I'd clean rooms. I'd clean people's butts. I'd have to change people, all kinds of stuff. I got a couple stories about that too. There was one time where I had to move a guy who had died, and I got very, very terrified. I got a very, very bad scare when I had to move this guy. And then there was one time where there was this thing called a Hemoccult wound vac. And I had to empty that and measure how much blood was in it, but I couldn't empty it because there was something in it and it looked like a worm. And then I met some people from my past. I met a couple Mexican dudes from my past, brothers, and they introduced me to Yayo. And there's a whole story about that experience, but I'm not going to get into it tonight. That's actually where I'm going to leave it off, guys. That's where I'm going to leave it off. I am in Pratt, Kansas, and I am 18 years old, working at the regional medical center as a CNA on the surgical floor, and I just meet some of my old friends from middle school who were also living in Pratt for some reason, and they would go to a place called Wichita and get yayo. Boxing gloves are 16 ounces and up. Sparring gloves are generally 3 ounces to 8 ounces. Never wore boxing gloves. How much do they weigh? Impossible to weigh more. That guy's right. These are called bag gloves or bag mitts. So these are not traditional boxing gloves. But what I found, if I actually use the normal boxing gloves and I start smashing on the bag like I do, they bust open. But these don't bust open. I think normal boxing gloves are made for punching people in the face, and bag mitts are made for punching the heavy bag. Oh man, yeah, that's it's a lot. I'm trying to get as detailed as I possibly can, but I feel like if I keep going, I'll start skipping over things. You know what I mean? My lower back is in pain for 1 week. What should I do? Any suggestions? Bird dogs. Bird dogs. Bird dogs. Look up the exercise called bird dogs, okay? Bird dogs helped me, but you have to actually do them and do them every day. But if you actually do bird dogs, I promise, they will help your lower back pain. But you have to actually do them, and you have to take them seriously. They feel weird. They look weird. It barely feels like you're doing anything, but do a lot of reps. I run around the block 26 times every morning, then I slide it back under my bed. What are you talking about? Oh my God. Ha! The block. Ha! 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 That was good. I should say that to my doc next time, yeah. That'll get a laugh. That'll get a laugh. All right. I got a very full stomach. It makes me laugh when I see someone with a stomach full of abs. Mountain bike riding for cardio and balance is great. Yeah. I've never been much of a mountain bike rider. I was always a wannabe BMXer. Okay, oh, we're a bit over time. We're a bit over time, guys. I gotta go. Let me do a quick physique check. Chat freezing, lagging for anyone else. Stop taking HGH. Stop taking HGH. Thank you, Smile is V. Yeah, it's over. I'm done, guys. I'm tired. It was a good rest day. This was a good rest day. All right, Benjamin. Thank you, brother. Your belly is getting too much. Rare Breeds 6703. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. Do a quick physique check before we go. Let me go over here. Oh, I'm caught. Hold on, I'm caught on something. Oh yeah, vacuum. Oh, so happy to be the one watching. Downward slope from undefeated. Rare breed is HGH. How small you get your vacuum, I couldn't imagine. He's wearing a corset to hold that vacuum down long. You gotta breathe all the way out. And then basically inhale as hard as you can with your mouth closed. Get a 2-inch PVC pipe, go 6 feet underwater, see if you can breathe. That sounds weird. This guy is on drugs. You wish, brother. Yeah, my wife would leave me if she catch me doing this. No, that sucks. Bro, Christian Bale. Yeah, Christian Bale from The Machinist. That was a good impression, actually. Oh, Tito Mimosa. I think you're just kind of a dork. You don't like it. Hey man, you're doing good. I'm just joking around, but really keep up the speed. More muscle slows you down. Well, I want to get more muscle, honestly. I want to get more muscle, more chest and legs. Drugs will always make you feel good. No, you don't need drugs to feel good, Rare Breed. That was a solid Christian Bale impression, not gonna lie. Yeah, I've seen that movie. I haven't seen the whole thing because I thought it was a really weird movie. But I watched it only because I saw that title picture and it creeped me out. Name, what's up, brother? I watched a remake of The Machinist with you starring in it. Oh, you've been here for a while. My bad, brother. All right, I'm out of here, guys. I cooked the steak and potatoes. All I've done is hit the bag today as far as working out. The ending was good. Heck yeah, brother. Oh, The Machinist. I need to check that out then. I haven't seen the ending, I don't think. I'll probably watch a recap. I watch a lot of recaps instead of watching actual movies now. Does anybody watch the show From? Anybody watch that show? I've been watching the show From a lot, and I don't have anybody to talk to about it. But all right, as always, guys, I appreciate you hanging out with me, even though I did not do a workout today. I am still quite sweaty, so that's good. I definitely got plenty of calories in. I am still going to drink more chocolate milk and a protein shake. What do you do for shoulders? Just check back day. Back, biceps, and shoulders. Lateral raises, lots of lateral raises. Sometimes overhead press, but mainly lateral raises. All right, Benjamin, name, Olito, Mr. E, Jump Jam, James. Who else was here? I don't know. I'm dripping sweat. I'm gonna go take a shower. Love you guys. As always, at least on the weekdays, make sure you get your rest proper. In bed by 9, asleep by 10, awake by 6, 7 if you need a little more sleep. Some people do. Oh yeah, Rich. Rich hasn't been here for a while. Tonight, right when I was typing all the names, he said it for me. Yeah. Night, Olito. I appreciate you. For real. Love you guys. I'm gonna go. I'll see ya.